All right, good afternoon, the Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice, Advocate Center, our legal department, co-comments and reviewers. I am Queen Mrs. Solution, alive from 93 Allen Avenue, Keja, presenting for you case of tenancy dispute reported by Miss Obi Watts,
Obinasi.
Obinasi Elizabeth Isabella Emmanuel against Mr.
Gabriel.
Wamadi.
Iwamadi.
Wamadi who?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Okay, the both parties are live in our office. Please join us as we intervene them for a peaceful resolution. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page on Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice Advocate Center and Access to Justice Advocate Center Alternative. Follow on our TikTok Center for Justice and Palace Gist. Thank you once again. Happy weekend, and I hope you are enjoying yourself. Stay out of trouble, mindful of your comments. All right, Isabella, Emmanuel, Elizabeth, Obinasum. Only you bear the name. I want to call all the names so that you know you are the one I'm talking to. Obinasum, Elizabeth, Isabella. All right, let's hear from you.
I 2021. I collected an apartment. I was looking for an apartment very urgent, so I met with an agent, Mr. Sunday. So Mr. Sunday brought me to his father's compound, his father's house, that there is vacancy there. So I negotiated with his father and the agents, and I'm the kind of person that before I collect any apartment, I would like to ask questions. So I asked the agent before meeting with the father. Actually, I asked the agent that hope the building is not owing NEPA and Loma bill, because I wouldn't want a situation where I'll enter into an apartment and I'll be hearing story like, oh, the building is owing Loma bill and Loma van don't come to the building. So the agent assured me that there is nothing of such. So I still wanted to confirm again from the real owner of the building. So I met with his father and I still asked his father again that hope your building is not owing NEPA and not normal bill and any bill whatsoever. The father assured me that there is nothing of such. So I asked him about NEPA in his building. He said for now they are using direct, but they are processing the prepaid. I said okay, fine, no problem. So we agreed. So I was like, okay, give me account details. Let me transfer the money to you. He now said no, he doesn't collect transfer. That is cash. That he normally can. I said, well, I wouldn't be carrying 120,000 naira up and down. Is so that at least I cannot give you cash. So he said, no, he doesn't have that. He's an old man. He doesn't need accounts, stuff like that. I said, okay, I cannot do that. I now collected the agent's account details. I gave it to my boss. My boss was actually the one that did the transfer. So my boss did the transfer to the agent and I moved into the building. So by the time I moved into the building, I saw there is a bill, NEPA bill. I saw just beside my room. Was beside my room. Before you enter my room, there was this fuse box and changeover box that is there. So I saw the NEPA bill and I saw like over 300,000 naira that the building is owing. And now asked the tenant, I was like, what is this? They now said they messed the bill there. I now ran to the agent. I called the agent. The agent said I should go and talk to the landlord. I met with the landlord and I was like, Daddy, see this um, NEPA bill that I saw there. What happened? Over 300,000 naira. I said that it was the old tenant that was there that used the bill and they did not pay. So I was now wondering, even the building is not that big. Just how many rooms? One, two, three, four, five. Five single rooms with one self-contained. How managed now accumulated this huge amount of money. So I make inquiry from the old tenant. The old tenant that was there now told me that they themselves met the bill there. The old tenant said they met the bill there that and I now said, okay, before you people came into this building, who was living inside in this building before? They now said it was the landlord and his family that was living in the building. So it was when they now moved from that building to another building, they now started renting it out to people. I went back to the landlord. I said, "Sir, this is what this old tenant said." The man was not persuading. Was not like the real thing that actually happened was that when his family traveled, because he said his wife died, so that particular period the wife died, they traveled to the village. Everybody that NEPA did not know that the building was empty, so they kept bringing bills. So that's okay, fine. It's not your fault. It's not the tenant's fault. It's something you can just go to NEPA office and sort it out with them so that they can know how to. Since it's nobody's fault, they didn't know. The man was not like, okay, it's a good idea. I'll talk to my son. My son should find something to see for the past house since last year. So at the point, I was like struggling to pay for the NEPA. I'll just gather the tenant. Let's pay for this thing. After all, we are living in this compound. Sometimes we pay 2,000, we pay 3,000. But at the point, I couldn't continue paying all this because even the landlord himself is not doing anything about the bills that is there. So I just on my own I said no, I'm not paying this thing again. I cannot continue. And moreover, I don't have anything that I'm using, no electric something I'm using in my room. So why would I continue paying this huge amount of money? Now coming to the Loma side now, Loma normally does not come to our building. So I still call the landlord that what is going on? Why is Loma not reaching this side? First of all, the agent told me that because our area is kind of slopy, that is why Loma van, felt on their own. Probably maybe because the road was slopy. So, but at the point do see Loma van come to our street, even next the building very close to our building. So I now call the landlord that look, this is what is happening. What is going on? Why is Loma not reaching there? He still gave me the whole same story that for the whole tenant that was there that created the bill. And I said, okay, fine. Now I learned from the tenant that you are the I learned from the tenant that before you started renting this apartment out, it was you and your family that was living in this apartment. Definitely, it was you and your family. Because now, if I ask the old tenant said since they came to this building, they've not seen any normal van. That they also met the bill. The same story you are giving to me is what you give to them. So who are now the old tenant that is accumulating all these bills? And I cannot continue throwing them. I don't know what to do with my debt. I cannot continue throwing it inside the canal. Or what I do now is I will just package my debt and take it to my office and throw it inside my office waste bin. That is what I've been doing, and I cannot continue doing like this. So the man was now say I'm too stubborn. What is it that I'm too stubborn? Why I complain a lot, and if I don't want to pay I should pack out for people that want to pay to enter. I was not like why will you say such a thing? Why? Because I am telling you. And now the area, now if you get to this area and rain fall, the building is always messed up. Before you come into the compound, there is a gutter in front of the house, very tiny. If I could bring my phone, I will show you. I snapped it. Very tiny passage to just climb, and most of the times little children do fall inside that gutter because the road is very tiny. I called this landlord. I was like, Daddy, see this place. This is I don't understand. How will you watch little children trying to pass this place and they are falling inside this gutter, which is very very dangerous. The man was like, say money not dey, you don't have money. If I can borrow him money, this thing I'm telling you now is last year. If I can borrow him money and you will fix it, I say okay fine. After all, patapata 50,000 naira, I will finish this thing. I will borrow you the money so that by this year 2022, if I want to pay my rent, you will deduct it. The man now said no. If you want to deduct it, it will be like till next 3 years. I was not like who will stay here till next 3 years for me to no now I won't do that. I will borrow you money last year, then I will wait till next 3 years before you deduct it from my house rent. I won't do that now. No. That was why I told the man that no, I will not borrow you this money. So at the point, he now felt that I was the one that was gingering the whole compound not to pay for the NEPA bill, because sometimes he will just come pay 3,000, pay 3,500, and I cannot be paying that kind of. I will pay that kind of money. The light will not last for like 2 weeks because NEPA will have to deduct old bill from it. I now said no, I cannot continue like this. He now said he and his father said if I am not ready to pay, that I should pack out. People that will pay should come inside. And I said no. For how many after doing agent paying agent and agreement, then I will now move out. I felt that no, this is intimidation. I need to just cry out for people to hear me. So I was at the hospital, because my boss lady gave birth, and I was with her that period when this letter came, the quick notice. So my boss said I should, my boss was actually not in Nigeria at that particular moment. So I was the one with my boss lady. So I rushed home to pick something. I was in a hurry then. I now met a guy in my front end. I was like, sorry, excuse me, you said he's looking for Miss Elizabeth. I said I'm the one. He said he's a messenger. His lawyer sent him. Who is your, no, I was in a hurry. Who is your lawyer? He now said I should just sign. I should sign original copy received by me. So I now said, hope no problem. He said, no, no problem. I just collected it because I was in a rush. I couldn't open it at that particular moment to check what is inside. I just signed, write original copy received by me, and I checked up. I took what I wanted to take and I dropped the letter inside my room. So like 2 3 weeks after I opened the letter, and now saw quick notice that I should move out on the 1st of December this year. I was not like, what happened? Why did they give? What did I do? I went through to even see, maybe there is offense for me to leave. I discovered that that I was just told to leave. What happened? What did I do? I now rushed and now called the agent that brought me to the compound. I am seeing quick notice. Are you aware of it? He said no. He said I should call the landlord. I said okay. I was a little bit busy then. I couldn't call my landlord. So few days later, I met my landlord in my compound. I now meet him. I was that day, I somebody came to my house to give me quick notice. I don't know what happened. What happened? Why are you giving me quick? I've not even completed. I just completed a year. That was March. So why are you now giving me quick notice? This we all know the situation of. He now said, am I calling him to ask him the reason why he gave me quick notice? So I'm calling him to negotiate. And I said, negotiate for what? I didn't even know what I did wrong. So what am I negotiating for? He now said, he's not in the that he's not in the mood to answer questions. That I should call the lawyer. That I should call the number on the quick notice that his lawyer is the lawyer's number is. I should call him and negotiate with him. And I said, okay, fine, I will do that. And I told him that what if I want to meet with the lawyer? He said the lawyer's office address is also on the paper. I said, fine, no problem. That's not a big deal. So few days later, I called the lawyer. I was at home when I called the lawyer. So I asked the lawyer that I am Miss Elizabeth. I am the one that you send your messenger to give me quick notice that I don't know what I did. So can we see and talk over this? So at least I will know why people gave me quick notice. He now said, okay, that I can visit that. I asked him of his address. He said his address is on the paper. That I can visit him anytime that I want to. And I said, okay, fine. So the day I came here to lay complaint, that same very day, I now I came with this letter. As I was going back to the office, I went straight to the address on this letter. So when I got there, I was hoping to see an office, but fortunately it was a residential area. The building was a family house. I saw one old lady selling provision shop at the front of the compound. So I asked the lady, I'm looking for lawyer. He now said that the lawyer is his son. That hope no problem. I said no problem. I just want to see him and talk. That is this his office? He said his office and his house. I said okay, no problem. I started calling the lawyer that same number. I call. He did not pick my call. I call. Even the mother called. He didn't pick the mother's call. So by the time I got tired of waiting, I said let me go back to the office. I got to the office. By the time I was reaching the office, the lawyer now called him that started shouting on phone. Why did I come to his house? Why did I come to his office? I did not without appointment. I said, but I've already told you. It's not that I have not called you ever since you gave me this letter. I've already told you that I'll be visiting. We need to talk. That we need to talk. He now said, no, I cannot. I don't have the right to come to his office. Why will you tell me I don't have the right to come to your office? You are the one that gave me letter. Your office address is on the letter. Your phone number is on the letter. So you're not telling me I don't have the right to come to your office. I just cut the call. He now called back. Now said, okay, why did I come to his office? Why did I come to look for him? And I said that okay, since I called my lawyer said, since I called my landlord said I should call you to negotiate. Okay, now let's see and talk. He now said no, we cannot say that. We should talk on phone. I said no, sir. I don't want to talk to you on phone. I want to see in your office. Let's talk about this. He now said, am I calling to see him or to negotiate? I saw that you and my lawyer, you and my landlord are saying negotiate. I don't even know what I did wrong from the first instance. I don't even know what I did wrong. Now, before then, there was a time that rain fell in few months back. The rain was so much that it flooded, in short, every room in that compound. Rain entered and destroyed everything in the only thing that was safe was my wall hanger and my mattress, because my mattress is very high. My food stuff, the food I cooked that the pot of food I cooked that very night, everything destroyed, my some of my documents. So I was very very scared, because I actually, before that rain fell, I called his dad and I advised him that, okay, get a pipe, pass it through the entrance of this compound, so that by the time, a very wide pipe, so that by the time the rain is falling, it will be passing through that pipe outside. The man was like, he bought the idea. I said, okay, fine, he will talk to his son. I said, fine. So after that, he just got a very tiny pipe, very tiny, and before you know, once rain fall, sand will just block the entrance. So after that, the rain now came and destroyed so many things. I actually I did a video of that very day, but I don't know what happened. I misplaced the video. Now, out of anger and every all of my property destroyed, I now called him that same night. I now called him, started shouting at him that, what is really going on? You people did not tell me that this place is like this. And I asked your father, I asked the agent. They didn't tell me that water used to disturb this place. Look at, out of anger, I was like, you people's own is just to collect money from people and give them a very, like, I was very very. He now said that, why am I calling? Why am I shouting? Why am I shouting? That am I the only person in the company? I said, I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person affected here. Everybody in the compound, we are all short. We didn't sleep till the next day. I didn't even The next day was Thursday. I didn't even went to work that day. I had to call my brother. I cannot come to work. I had to carry on, empty the whole room, my mattress, everything. We brought everything outside. So he now came the next day. He didn't even no remorseful spirit, nothing, no even sorry for what happened. No, he said that I am too lousy, that I talk too much. Why will I be shouting? That am I the only tenant in the compound?
Who said that?
He him that am I the only tenant in the compound? That's that, sir. I paid for this place, first of all. So, and before I moved into this place, I asked your father and the agent questions, and the people assured me before I paid money to the agent's account. Now I am seeing all this. How do you expect me to feel? Put yourself in my shoes. How do you expect me to feel? That aside, you did some plastering, you did some work that day, because I didn't even pay attention to him. So that aside, after that day,
You have jumped from land from you did not you have a conclusive statement of you and lawyer. You just jump and
the
enter last year and when rain fall.
the lawyer now, I don't know why the lawyer is avoiding me, because what he wants is for us to negotiate on phone, and me, I don't want to negotiate on phone with the lawyer.
The one must you meet what is the essence of having phone? What is the essence of GSM?
Is to make call.
Okay.
Now
So what makes you think you cannot discuss? So if lawyer is in America, he travel for holiday or for official work, and he asks you, let's discuss on phone. What is so special that you want to meet the lawyer one-on-one? Or is there anything you have in your eye that you want to use to meet the lawyer?
No, there is nothing in my eye.
Okay, so
I
why
just
didn't you accept meeting, talk, whatever you want to talk with the lawyer? Why can't you talk to the lawyer on phone? Hence, that is what he should. Must you say him?
If he doesn't want me to see him, he shouldn't have told me to visit him.
He have
So,
given you an offer on how to discuss. And he have this right to say, talk on phone. If he cannot call me, I can call you. Let's talk on phone. You can equally call him on WhatsApp. You can call him on direct call. So if you call him and he picks, what stop you discussing or giving the complaint of whatever you want to tell him physically?
when my mind didn't cross that, but I just felt sitting down one on one.
Why did you report this person now? Because it's the lawyer now issue now that you stand by on now.
No,
Lawyer don't
the
want to
main
see you physically. You
no
don't know why the
no
lawyer want to
no,
see you.
that's not the main issue that brought me here. The main issue that brought me here is the quick notice that they gave to me.
When you
That
talk
is
about
the
the quick notice,
that is the
then
main
whoever
issue.
that is who is staying here supersede the lawyer. Lawyer cannot serve you notice without the instruction of the landlord or the son. Now that the son is here, you said that I was served quick notice by social lawyer. And I asked the lawyer, he said it's the instruction of the landlord, or the landlord said it's his instruction that made the lawyer to serve me a notice. Now that the landlord's son, who stands to be capable of answering every question or answering to every allegation, is here, then you go directly on why they serve you notice. You don't know. Then he can explain.
Okay. That's I just want to know why they served me quick notice because I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. And I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong. And currently as I'm now they want me to leave December, 1st of December, which I've already give paid him some money early this year. I paid him some money early this year, and before then they didn't tell me that they will be serving me quick notice. I never knew there was quick notice coming. Not until you now told me that I should not send any money to his account again. I asked him why. He said nothing. I said fine. Before I know what was happening, I saw quick notice. So I just want to know why they serve me quick notice. And as of now, I don't, because to start looking for apartments again with agent and agreements again in Lagos State is hard, stressful.
But it's not your house now.
I know it's not
Are
mine.
you going to inherit it?
No, of course I won't.
If you must not do something before they say leave the house. If the landlords want to make use of the house, if they have other reasons to state why they serve you notice, then meanwhile, let's ask the man, why did you say served her notice?
Good afternoon.
Absolutely.
Um, my name is Ugochukwu Iwoman. Oh, the reason why the quick notice,
For what? Go ahead.
the reason why this quick notice was served is because of my sister want to make use of the apartment. Because my sister want to make use of the apartment, so that's the reason why the quick notice was served to her. Now, initially, when it's rent, when our rent was due, when our rent was due, that was February ending, our rent was due. Then I went to meet her. I said, my dad called me and said our rent has due since February ending. And I called her on phone. I said, why have you not paid your rent? He said, he doesn't have money. Anytime he has money, that will pay my father. I said, oh, that is not the right answer. Just okay, Papa, I'll go to meet my dad. Tell my dad, Dad, don't worry. So month, I will give you the money. I said, no need of you quarreling with my father. You understand? Just tell him in a polite way. He will listen to you. You know, I said, no problem. I will go to see my dad. Later, after like, let me say, after like 3 months, my dad called me again that, Ugo, this lady have not come to pay her rent. I said, let me call her again. I called her again. Why have you not paid your rent? He said, her baby was sick. That her baby was this, was that. I said, that's not the main issue. If you know that your baby was sick and you have some other, go to meet my dad. Explain to him better so that he will understand what you are passing through. And he said, okay. After some month again, he did not go to see my dad. I called him again. I called her again. I said, hello, why have you not go to see my dad or give my dad the money? He said she does not know when you have money. She did not have money for now. She did not have money for anytime he has money. I will go to see my dad. I said, okay, that is not the main issue. Later on, he said I should send my account number, which I said I don't want to send. That I should go and give that man money. It's his property. It's his sweat. So he used the money to do some certain things. I said, go and give the man. He said no, that he has money, that he is transfer that he wants to do. I said, okay, no problem. Since you said you want to do transfer, I said, do the transfer. Oh yeah, this is my account number. And she did transfer of, instead of 72,000, he did transfer of 25,000 naira. He said, that's the money that she has, that she don't have any money. I said, but it's not like this. And moreover, and I said, okay, no problem. I called my dad. I said, my dad should have patience for this, for her, for the meantime. Later on, I called her again that why are you not paying this thing? He now said you don't have money. And I said, okay, since you don't have money, no problem. I will talk to my dad on behalf of you to just give you time until you have that money. Okay, she now promised. She said, ending of that 2 months ago, I said, okay, no problem. I talked to my dad. My dad accepted that, no problem. I put a call to her again. I called her. Where is the money? Have you go to give my dad the money? He said, does not have money. That anytime he has the money, if you give my dad. I said, okay, no problem. So my sister now called. He said she needs an apartment that she has a little issue where she's staying. And I said, okay, no problem. If you need apartment, okay, oh, let me see how it goes. And I'll tell her that, okay, don't send your money to me again. I will go to see my dad. Don't send your money to me again. I will give you that full year, which is a year from February to December. I will give you. Look for an apartment to go. From February to December, look for an apartment and quit from there. My sister wants to make use of the apartment. That is what I told her. So that's the reason why we serve our quick notice.
You serve that notice because your sister said she had problem where she is.
No, moreover, that apartment is for her. When we are staying there, that is her apartment. But we just like, okay, since my dad said he needs some money, so we use there to rent for the meantime, like let him just make use of the money.
Okay. Maybe your sister will still remain where she is or find alternative. Otherwise, this case will have to go to court. That reason is not justifiable. One, this woman talk too much. She sound troublesome. She's too inquisitive. She want to do everything. She cannot see something and puts her eyes off. Na you go tell landlord put hose. Na you go tell landlord the gutter, this in the space of the gutter is too slim. Na you go say the what is it called, lawman is not coming to the house, they're coming to neighborhood. And when there's natural disaster, na you go feel okay, na only this house everything scatter. Na you go say make dem no pay again. Na you organize the pay. Say this thing, as far as house is not for you, there's a limit to what you need to talk and what to do. If you go to a place and you find out that the place is not conducive for you to live, you find other place, gather your money, then you pack out. You cannot ask landlord to do everything as far as the house is concerned, when as far as Nigeria is also concerned. When things are not moving, okay, you as a tenant, you are not paying money when it is due. As at when due, you are not paying your rent accurately and even renew your rent. Okay, if your rent is 70 something thousand and you pay 25,000, and every other tenant is paying 25, 20, 30, 40, instead of paying their rent as at when due and also pay it full payment, then the landlord will have the cost of saying, okay, the money come in bulk, let me fix one thing or the other because the tenants are complaining. But if you are owing rent, you not delay till, even if situation affected that you could not renew as at when, do you also, as you were about to renew, do you renew your rate as a yearly tenant? You are still paying the money piecemeal. Then the same you that cannot pay money outrightly, the same you that will command landlord come oh, the wood that pass this thing is not spacious enough for children are falling into it oh. How do you feel that children are falling into it? You want to borrow landlord 50,000 and you cannot pay the rent. Don't cut me short. Don't even try that.
Sorry.
Don't try that. You talk heaven and earth and parade the whole place. I kept quiet. You wasted my time and I want to talk. You want to interrupt him for what? When you give too much trouble, they don't have any choice than to ask you to excuse them. Let them just stay in their house. Even whether the sister is coming or the sister is not coming, they don't need you in the house. The only what they owe you is to serve you a notice. You cannot tell them you can't look for tenant, you can't look for agency. You will look for it. If you go to any new house, you pay your agency and commission. And if they have their cogent reason why they don't need you in the place, if you are a troublesome person or you are constituting nuisance in the environment or to other tenants, then you have to go. Yes. You don't appeal, they call, go and call landlord, you don't call landlord, go and appeal to the old man, you don't appeal to the old man. The son have to beg you before you call the father. Then come and pay, you don't have the money, say that is the money I have, or that is the money. What? Are you part of the next of kin of the family? Are you the man's son? Do you have the daughter for the man? So what is your right that you don't have the complete rent, you cannot be polite and you will not let them rest? You are claiming right left and right. You came to report the human right and you have run to go and meet lawyer. Lawyer say talk to me on phone. You said I must see you face to face. You meet the son, discuss whatever you want to discuss, you discuss. Go out and go and shake your head there. Go out and go and shake your head. And I can dismiss this case out of my front. What nonsense. We don't take side here. We call a spade a spade. The landlord is at fault, we tell him he's at fault. If you're at fault, we'll tell you to your face you're at fault. You're living in a house, you must make the environment comfortable for others. If you want to complain in a very polite manner. How do we do this? This is not okay. Why do you can even put it in writing in a civil way? Can't call somebody on phone and start writing wow 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 wow. Even the way you are talking, you sound troublesome. Yet you are still shaking your head and shaking your whatever. Has she finally paid the money?
No.
How much is the rent?
72,000.
How much has she paid?
That 25,000.
Since when?
Since February ending.
When will the rent due?
The rent due February 2022, which is February 2022, ending of February 2022. Then if she have paid her money since then it will go to same February 2023.
So what happened to pay the rent?
That February 2022, I talked to the father and I explained things to the father. Sorry, I want to ask a question. Sorry, I don't know if you have the. I want to check the dates because he said it took a very long time before I paid him the money that I paid him. I actually paid them the money that I paid him. I paid him March. That
when was your rent?
My
due?
rent was due February.
So why are you paying March?
When I wanted to give him the balance, that was when he now sent me a message that I should not pay money to his account. It's not that it took a very long time, and God Almighty is my witness. I never for once disrespected his father. I never for once disrespected his father. When I wanted to pay him, he now messaged me on WhatsApp that I should not send any money to his account again. And I asked him,
send the first one?
Transfer.
You send it February.
I sent it March.
March.
Mid-March.
Okay, what was the time you wanted to pay? And she said no, he now instructed you not to pay the balance.
Around that April, late April. I wanted to pay the balance. He now said I should not pay any money into his account.
So he did not refund the 25,000?
No, he did not.
Can I answer to that, ma'am? Now she's supposed to pay me February, and she didn't pay. April towards the ending, she paid 25,000 to my account, and I said, but this is not our agreement. You told my dad that you're going to pay the money ending of that April, which you say you are going to pay me. Later on, you now called me.
You are shaking like
you now called me.
Can't you listen? Are you know
later? You now
after all you give statement, all the statement you get from beginning to the end, you never made mention that you were even owing the rent of 1 kobo.
Later, you called me and said you can't meet up to that amount, that you still have 25,000 for now. And I said, you have 25,000. And I said, why can't you just go and meet my dad? Tell my dad you send so amount to me, that is what you have. Beg him, he will understand that this is the so amount you have for now. You said you will go and you didn't go to meet the man. Okay, I said, okay, no problem. Later on, after some months, you called me that Alpha. I said, Alpha, look at what happened. No, look at the amount you send. You said you are going to send the money one this so month. I've not seen the money. You said you don't have money. Okay, you don't have money. How will I do it? How will I explain to my dad? Because this thing now you are implicating me.
Not even please forgive me, I'm working hard, just give me little time. I
Yeah.
don't have money.
So you said, I said, now you are implicating me because you said it to my
You
daddy
don't have
present
money, you beg
that
person.
you give my dad ending of that month that you're going to pay everything. Now you are giving me 25,000 naira. And I said, since you have used 4 months or 3 months, okay, I will use your 25,000 naira to cover. If you pay half of the year now, I will say maybe you use 6 months. And I said, okay, since it's like that, let me just help you. Let me do this way. Okay, since my sister wants to use that place, don't worry about the payment you want to pay again. Don't pay the amount you want to pay again. Just make sure you just use the many months that remain, which is I gave her 6 months plus the other months that remain to enjoy it. So that is what happened now. I said, okay, since you've paid 25,000 and you have used it up to, let me say, like 4 months or 3 months. Okay, the 25,000 naira, you expect me to give you the 25,000 naira back. I can't give it to you back. I said,
Okay, did she request that you pay that back? The 25,000 so that she can pack out.
because he called me. He said, what about the 25,000 naira she paid? I said, the month that you have used, if I'm to minus it from the 25, even it's not up to. And I said, since it's like that, my sister will just use the month that way. Use it so that you look for money till December. Just 1 year. Use it. You look for money.
What do you now want?
Ma, this is the notice that I was issued on the
Yes.
13th day of May.
Mm.
I paid him March.
Did you pay the
ending.
complete
I did
money?
not pay the complete money. I wanted to pay the complete money because I told him I'll pay the complete money April.
Is it not May they serve you this
They
notice?
served me quick notice May.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pay the complete money April because when I went to his father and talked to his father, the father actually agreed.
What do you want? What do you want? Just go straight to the point. Don't waste my time. I have other things to do.
What I want is if they can collect the rent from me, because now that they said I should leave 1st of December, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So if they can collect house rent from me,
So that what will happen?
maybe 1 year of house rent, then if I finish the 1 year, then I will move.
The 1 year
I'll-
is
the 1
the
year of
1
house
year
rent.
expired when? The 1 year expired when? Hmm? You don't know when your rent expired, madam.
My
Or you
year
want to
my-
add to another thing. You don't know when your
my
rent
year
expired.
expired. My rent expired February.
February.
This year February.
So if they collect the 1 year, it will expire when again?
It will expire next year February.
Eh?
Next year February.
Go ahead, I can hear you.
So if they can, because as of now, I don't know yet. So they should just collect 1 year. They should collect the house rent from me.
Just like that. You never serious. Until your job full your body. You only know how to address problems. You don't know how to address peace. Somebody don't need you in the apartment and they have given you a notice. Even the manner in which you pay your rent is not even, you are not entitled to 6 months notice. Because you pay 25,000 naira, you did not even pay the remaining balance. If you have paid their bulk, send them their rent bulk, then if they want to serve you notice, they serve you 6 month notice to quick. Your 25,000 naira that you pass, if they are to serve you based on, I don't think you can spend up to three months in that house. That is it. So if she's to vacate December, you pass this message to baba and lawyer. If she's to vacate December, let her, if she's ready to pay the balance now, let her pay the balance now, let her vacate by February, which is her normal time. Then she'll sign her undertaking to maintain peace and order until she pack out that February. I think that is the best way, instead of making her to pack out that December. Let her gather herself. Are you ready to pay the balance now?
Mommy,
Yeah.
please, concerning the light issue that she was saying, I purposely called her and I showed her when I traveled back. I traveled to Abuja. When I came back, she told me concerning the light issue. I went to the NEPA office. The money that was accumulated was 349,000. I went there, I paid 300,000 naira. I brought down the receipt to her to show her that it remained only 49,000 naira. And I said, for now, I don't have money with me. You guys in this apartment should help me. Contribute 3,000. Any money I've had to hit, then we clear the account to zero. The receipt is still inside my phone. That's why I wanted to show you my phone. She knows about it. And you said I'm not doing anything to it.
You did not show me anything, Mr.
No, but
Leave that. I don't, that is not necessary. Do you hear what I said? I'm appealing to him now so that you can grant your request. Are you ready to pay the balance now? Then you vacate. That is the only option. If you are not ready to pay them their balance now, be ready to go out of the house December if they have given to you. Based on what you have read, you have paid them, they have right to come and bring out your things from there. You are not a yearly tenant. You have already breached that. If you are ready to pay them their balance, transfer their balance now. Then they'll go back, issue you your receipt, and you undertake to vacate the place February when your next rent expired. And wetin my end be? Can you answer me so that I will do what next time?
How to make up.
Bring her phone, let her make up.
time. Is it? Yes. Yes. Are you good?
No, of course.
And it's not like
Okay, no lights. Where are we?
the person I was trying to call, the person is not picking.
Meaning,
So the person is not picking. So if he has my phone number, as in, yes, he should send me his account details. He should send me his account details.
can you listen to yourself?
But
The
since
person I'm calling
since
does not pick the phone. Yes, he has my account number. He
no,
should send me
I
details. Whom are
mean
you referring to now? As
no,
you
I
think you
mean
are normal.
him. He should send me his account details. I will send the balance
You send the balance when?
when I get to the office. I will talk to my boss.
So since
But
February
if
till September, you've not been able. Come, you don't need to take money from this woman. Stand on your ground, let her move by December. If she not move out, you guys can do otherwise. She will not come. It's as simple as ABC. It's written over all over her. She's a very troublesome person, and you don't need such person as a tenant where other tenants exist. But she can pollute them very well. So you can't afford balance of 50,000 naira for over how many months, and you claim
but
to have
it was
call
him
him
that
and
said
tell
I
him to
should
send
not
account number,
pay.
he did not. So as he
It
say he
was
should
the
not
one
pay,
that
you now eat it
I did not
because you
eat
have
it.
a free apartment you are living because you are
That was
his
why I
wife
said you should
or
send
baba
me his
wife.
account number. I did not eat his money. I
She
wanted
send
to
you
tell
account
him his
number that you
number.
don't know when you are paying. You go when you get to the office, you talk to your boss. That is when you know
No,
you
no,
have to
no.
pay a rent
That
you
was
are
why I
owing
said.
since February.
That is why I said you should send me his account number. When I get to the office, I'll transfer the money to him. There was never a time I told him I will not pay. I will not pay house rent. There was never a time I told him I
Stay
will
there
pay.
till Jesus come back again the second time, because since it is in the time cannot be mentioned. There's never a time you tell him you will not pay. You will stay there, accumulate it as far as you say you will pay. This me I'm undertaking for the close this country small. Where I'm supposed to be relaxing on my bed on Friday, this kind of case I will come out to come and be wasting my precious time on my work. Yes. you're having tenancy issue, always attach. In fact, any case file you are bringing, you always attach undertaking form, because there is not always, even if you resolve, there's always undertaking. So I don't know why you should make me to be demanding for it every time I see they need to pay for it. Write your name, write your address, write undertaking to vacate the place. December. You packing out December, you don't need to collect money from her as you have told her and she stay there till December. You forfeit the other amount for her to pack out. So if you did not pay the money on or before the end of this week we're entering, then you forfeit the other remaining money. She vacate the place by December. And you should pay up the money, then she can stay till February. And if she change their character and you people decided to allow her to continue from that, more than fine. Is between both people, but as far as the office is concerned, you still have to write first. Madam, put it in writing, write your name, write your address, write the undertaking. You are going to pay the remaining balance on or before, check the date next week between Monday to Friday, you pay up the balance to his account, the balance state it there, and vacate the house after your next expiry rate, February 2023. And if you know you don't want to vacate there by February, then you forget about the payment. You go and gather up yourself and pack out from the house December. At least they have given you notice and they have given you enough time to gather yourself. So the choice is yours. If you want to stay there till February and you want to have your way of talking to the gentleman to plead with the father to allow you stay there and they renew your rent start when due, this one has to be sorted out first. You have to pay the rent on or before this thing, and you have to also undertake to be paying as at when due without troubling anybody in that house. Mind your business. So if that is okay by you, fine. If it's not okay by you, you want to pack out and you want them to give you till next year February, except you are saying you don't want to pay the rent and you don't want to remain there again, but they should give it to February. Is that what you're asking for?
Now by December.
You move by December. Okay, put it there. No, you write it, put it there. And you have to vacate December 2022, and the period in which you are staying there, you maintain peace and order with the landlord and every other tenant there. What are you still waiting for? You're wasting my time here.
I just felt this case this case is not.
I hope you know you are in human rights office
Yeah.
and you have rights to talk. Here is not police station. The only thing that you will not be accepted or taken from you is insult. But you have rights to be polite and say anything you want to say because you have the freedom to talk. Do you get me? This is human rights office where your rights and his right and the right of every person is recognized, including me sitting here. I have a right. You have right to express. That is freedom of expression. You have right to say whatever you, if only you can contain that your expression without turning it to be bullying or insult. So when you said this case here, we don judge case based on who come to report. That is this office for you. We don judge case whether you are a man or a woman. That is this office for you. If there is any case at all you even in any way preside over and take action even when you have not even getting the true facts, should be maybe a case of minor children, and for a safety first you have to secure them, rescue them, keep them first before you know if the information they give is wrong or right. I lis ten to both of you. In fact, I gave you all the time when you were talking to Jerusalem to Judea before you return back, and I pick all my points, the pointless and the ones that have points, and I allow him to talk. And the only thing I owe both of you is truth and nothing, without any apology to any of either of you. So you go back home, you go and watch your case, you go and lis ten to yourself, you now lis ten to him and lis ten to the moderator and watch your comments and all, then you decide within yourself. I believe I don't know either of you, and I have no reason to say what is not right. I've been a ten ant, even this till this moment we are ten ant because we are not the owner of this building. I owe landlord and I know how I talk to landlord. I owe my landlady and I know if you will call and send message and all that, if at that point I don pick, I will still call, please mommy, I will just give me little time. Even if the time I give as a start, mommy, I'm sorry, please bear with me. And at the end we will still pay that money full. You can't owe somebody at the end of the day you started scattering money for the person again. No, if you are appealing for the person to hold on, then begin to save towards when you want to pay the person, you give to the person even when the money did not come at that time. Let the money come and the person make use of that money. Not when you give, you are owing 500,000 today, you pay 50,000, next tomorrow you pay 100,000, another month again you pay. No, as you are delaying the person, save the money, complete and give to the person in bulk. Then you must be polite when you are owing. Nigerians, where they are owing you, that is when they want to be rude to you. Should I die? Are you not in this country? Am I Buhari that said the whole thing should turn like this? Then everybody is quoting Buhari and quote the governor of the state. But forgetting that who you are owing also have his or her needs that he needed the fund for. You are living in somebody's apartment that is a rented apartment. The person built as a business. Rent it, pay me money, I will use the money to solve my problem. So if you are living in somebody's house or you occupy somebody's office premises, you did not pay, you are not polite to the person, and when you want to pay, you did not even pay it when the person will make use of it, then you want to shout, you want to make trouble, you want to, no, it's not done anywhere. You don't have money and you cannot be polite to the person. and the son is even pleading on your behalf to the father, and he turned to become your enemy, then you come to the office again, you are showing the attitude. They are giving you, have given you three options now. What? Your statement that you wanted to pay, he said don't pay. This office have mediate already and ask you to pay and plead with them to give you time. And if you still love the compound that you are complaining everywhere and here and there, you still want to stay there, you can still appeal. I still want to stay there. Then we'll give you condition on how to stay there, and still appeal to them, because I know the sister is not coming there. It's your attitude that want them, makes them to say go out of our house. And we'll still appeal to them, allow her to stay, if only she'll be paying her rent correctly, outrightly, without paying in piecemeal. One, if only she can maintain peace without giving trouble to baba and be calling baba to everything that is in that compound. Two, if only she be paying her utility bills, give share to other business. So if you feel such condition is okay by you, you sign. We will still appeal to them. Lawyer did not serve you. Lawyer is a human being, and he knows lawyers exist in this office as well. And whatever decision he take, that is what the lawyer will abide, because it's their property, is not lawyer property. Lawyer is managed by, if the landlord say leave the tenant, the lawyer will leave the tenant. So who you are to talk to is either the son or baba, and that will withdraw the service of lawyer for whatever document or anything the lawyer has served you. Please, I'm running out of time. Whatever is the decision, put it in writing. Let me go and do other things, please. Don't keep me waiting. I have other things to attend to.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Because all these things that Gogo is saying since morning, all of them are not true. All these things this boy is saying
Madam, do
this
you hear
morning,
what I
all of
said?
how will he be saying that I am disrespectful to his father? Because now he's trying
I
to
say don't take me there. If you want to pack out, write it there. If you don't want to pack out, write it there. But as it stands sef, I don't even think the office want to appeal on your behalf, because you are justifying yourself.
I'm sure.
Bring it, let me see. By what? Don't understand you what you write.
1st of December.
1st of December 2050. Abi doesn't have year. Write it there, and within this period you maintain peace and order. I told you to write it. Write it like that. Do they usually pay NEPA bills?
Yeah, it's people meter. If they want to load, they will talk between
Okay, so
themselves. It's people meter. If they
so
want live, fine.
True.
let me have it. Go and check the name of this person who had this defendant in uh,
And yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
village. Go and attach it.
Okay.
Sign where there is defendant there. All right, the both parties have been interviewed, and three options was put across to the defendant and the complainant to make a choice. One is to pay up the balance of 50,000 naira and vacate the apartment by February after the expiration of her rent, or vacate the apartment after the expiration of her rent in February 2023. Sorry, the parties were interviewed and the president put an option to the complainant to choose amongst she wants to vacate by December 2023 and the landlord forfeit the balance of 50,000 naira rent or pay the balance in a week time, and after the expiration of February she vacate the apartment. Better best apologize to the landlord and undertake to maintain peace and orderliness and a short prompt payment so as to continue in the apartment. Then she undertakes to vacate the apartment 20 December 2022 instead. So the parties signed and case closed. So the decision has we have undertaken a stand that the quick notice people give to her is still valid to vacate the place December 2022, and the your father will forfeit the remaining balance of the rent so that she can pack out there. That is what we all agreed on, and that is the undertaking she signed, and both we also can decide. All right. Thank you, viewers, for being with us. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Access to Justice TV and follow us on our Facebook page for Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocacy Center for other useful information. You can visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng. Thank you. We'll be back in a moment.